Thank you for being here today. We have sad news coming out of Plainfield, New Jersey. Former postal worker and Ford Motor Company employee Robert J. Johnson has passed away. He was 83 years old, a United States Army veteran, father of 5 children. He died at John F. Kennedy Medical Center this past Monday morning. He was a longtime resident of Plainfield, New Jersey, and recently lived in Newark, New Jersey, and was also a resident at the Woodlands Nursing Home on Woodland Avenue in Plainfield, New Jersey. Again, the news apparently official. Robert J. Johnson has passed away. We're going to be bringing you some related news on this issue, and including news about the guardian, who is his daughter, Vanessa D. Johnson Taylor, accused of killing her father by taking him off of life support. We're going to be talking about court documents today. We're going to be talking about some of the statements made by Vanessa D. Taylor in reference to her father, and some of the statements made to other relatives who sought to get better medical treatment for Robert Johnson. And all of what we're going to be saying is based on court documents or based on letters written by Vanessa D. Taylor. A few of the documents that she filed with the court. We're going to be talking about the reaction of the judge in this matter, Judge Walter Koprowski of the Essex County Probate Court. We're going to be basing everything we say on court documents and documents that are in writing. The prosecutor, Essex County Prosecutor, in a letter written today, has been asked to investigate and bring charges against Vanessa D. Taylor for the murder of her father. The prosecutor, prior to Mr. Robert Johnson passing away, the prosecutor was asked to make an arrest of Vanessa D. Taylor, and we are just almost 1,000% sure that if Vanessa D. Taylor had been arrested at that time, her father, Robert Johnson, would still be alive. The Attorney General of New Jersey was also asked to investigate this situation of lack of medical care at the Woodlands Nursing Home and the irresponsible and fraudulent actions of the guardian, Vanessa D. Taylor. The Attorney General, of course, refused to investigate. And we're bringing this to light in this broadcast today, not only in the name of Robert Johnson, but also because there are many cases across this country in every state of elderly abuse and guardian fraud, elderly fraud on the estate of different elderly people across this country. And so if you go on YouTube, if you look in the newspaper, if you look on Facebook, you'll see a lot of these people that are complaining about the lack of care across the country, and also about the corruption of certain judges, of certain public guardians, the corruption of lawyers, and all of these people that are tied into the elderly abuse that is occurring. And of course, there are many officials that have been accused in this case about the elderly abuse against Robert Johnson. With the death of Robert Johnson, the terror reign of Vanessa D. Johnson Taylor will end, but Judge Walter Koprowski Jr. of Essex County Probate Court will continue to perpetrate his sins against society. I hope that those who want to honor the memory of Robert Johnson, they're supposed to be, it's unverified, but there's supposed to be a wake and possibly funeral at the Second Baptist Church, and that will be in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, and somewhere between this coming Thursday and the following Saturday. Their address is Cathedral International, 277 Madison Avenue, Perth Amboy, New Jersey 08861. Their phone number is 732-826-5293, 732-826-5293. Those of you who want to get in touch with them to see if there will be some type of service in honor of Robert Johnson, we hope that some of you will be encouraged to also use this as a silent protest of elderly abuse against our elders across the country. You know, there's many people that feel, and there were some that felt this in the case of Robert Johnson, that he did not need to be in a nursing home, and that this was a way for the system, the judges, the attorneys, the guardian, to just milk the estate out of money. Indeed, there are still unanswered questions about over $5,000 worth of monies from the estate of Robert Johnson. And of course, Vanessa D. Taylor, the guardian, has been silent on most of these issues. And not only silent, she's been very adamant, very vocal, that she will not release information. She would not, over the past 2.5 years, release information on her father. She would not agree to a second medical opinion of her father. Every time she was asked a question, numerous times, about different information, whether it was his property or whether it was his lack of medical care, she would simply respond, "I'm not going to give you that information," or either she would say, "You're not entitled to that information." But the majority of time, she just would ignore requests of different family members for information. The judge himself, Judge Walter Koprowski, of course, was asked many times to sanction family members, punish family members, sanction. Who questioned was Robert Johnson getting adequate medical care, not just adequate, but getting the best medical care at the Woodlands Nursing Home. And the doctor, Patricia Bersanti of Plainfield, New Jersey, she was supposed to issue a doctor's report 2 years in a row. She refused to do that. And this, of course, would make next of kin very wary of whether Robert Johnson was getting any care at the Woodlands Medical Center, or whether he even needed medical care at the Woodlands Center. At one time it was said he had pneumonia. At one time it was said he had a stroke. But every time next of kin tried to verify this information, they just came up against a brick wall, from the judge to the public guardian to the attorneys to the courthouse to the guardian. Just a complete brick wall to stop those from questioning his estate, to stop those from questioning fraud in his medical care, and also reference to his estate. At one point, the judge told next of kin that he would have to pay $3,000 before he could ask any more questions to the court about the medical care of his father. And the judge was told that this was an unlawful, fraudulent order that was not based on in any way on case law or even local rules of procedure. And the judge simply persisted. So at one point, the next of kin gave the judge a fee waiver, and a fee waiver in some instances is simply saying, okay, I don't have the money right now, I'll pay you later. And the judge, of course, denied the fee waiver. So the judge was just intent on making sure that no one had any questions, no one would be able to get any questions through or concerns through about the lack of medical care and medical fraud at the Woodlands Nursing Home. Again, the Essex County Prosecutor Carolyn A. Murray has been written today and has asked to bring homicide charges against Vanessa D. Taylor for the murder of her father. Vanessa D. Taylor wrote a few days ago that she was going to pull the plug on the life support system. It had been suggested that family members would receive a telephone conference. No telephone conference was held. Vanessa D. Taylor said that she was making the decision on her own to pull the plug, and there were other procedures available, aggressive measures, as they say, but I guess Vanessa D. Taylor decided that she was not going to anyway go along with those aggressive measures, and she was not going to at the last minute give next of kin any information on the care of their father. We're going to have more in part 2 about this situation that's just breaking in Plainfield, New Jersey. The questions like what kind of medical treatment was Robert Johnson getting, where's the missing monies from his estate. All these were questions that were posed to the court, and the court at various times sought to punish and sanction next of kin who asked these questions. In a December 2011 and January 2012 hearings before Judge Walter Koprowski, there were 58 allegations of fraud on the estate of Robert Johnson. Vanessa D. Johnson Taylor was present at one of the hearings. She did not respond to questions about the missing monies. She did not respond to questions about the medical care of her father, even though she had said in August of 2011 that the father might need to go to hospice. When she was questioned about that statement, she refused to answer, and she refused to give any updates about the father's situation for almost 8 months. For 8 months, she would not respond to questions on his medical condition and on his medical treatment. Okay, we're going to stop now, and you'll have to look for part 2, which we're going to be doing in a few minutes. Thank you very much for listening. This is May 27th, 2012, coming from Los Angeles, California.